Hi everybody, I hope everybody is doing well. So this reading is going to be about an old case. This reading is going to be about Tamla Horsford. For those who don't know, on November 4th, 2018, she was a 40-year-old woman who was discovered dead in a backyard in Cumming, Georgia, where she was attending an adult sleepover party with other women and I think 2 men. Her death was ruled accidental. She had multiple blunt force injuries, which were concluded were from a fall from a second-story balcony in the backyard. Her family had a second autopsy conducted, and Tamla was found to have more abrasions, and their family attorney believed that her injuries plus witness accounts of the event added up to homicide, murder. The case was closed by the sheriff's office on February the 20th, 2019, after ruling that there was no foul play. So there's been much speculation about Tamla's death, mainly based on race. She was the only black person at an all-white party in what was formerly known as a sundown town. I'm not going to get into all that. If you want to know what that is, look it up. And if you don't know the story, it's quite extensive, so check it out. There's tons of videos about Tamla and articles, so check that out. So let's just start shuffling and see what comes out. This reading is going to be about if her death was a homicide or an accident. Triumphant success. So yeah, they got away with lying. So they got away with their lies. Intuition in reverse, truth in reverse. Yeah, I feel like everyone at the party knows what happened. But the homeowners especially know, for sure. I believe the boyfriend of the homeowner, got fired from his job in the court for trying to access the files about Tamla. Rest and rejuvenate. Mental conflict. So they said that she went out onto the balcony to smoke, and she fell because she was so intoxicated. The toxicology report said that she had 3 times the legal limit of alcohol in her system, but this makes me feel like she was sleeping. Rest and rejuvenate, mental conflict in reverse. Tamla was sleeping and had no concerns or fear at the time of her death. So that makes me feel like they woke her up. Someone woke her up. Can you imagine? It's like she was completely blindsided. Financial and material changes in reverse. Destiny. there's something like, there's something about this being planned. And this also feels like, I just gotta say, like, so far, it feels like this was about racism. This makes me feel like she was. So I looked up the statistics. Cummings, Georgia is 80% white, 15.5% or something like that Asian, and like 2% black. So these cards make me feel like Tamla was an example that black people would be able to afford to live in that area. So it was like, and it was going to keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. It's like, you have money, that's your destiny, right? So they had to make an example out of her. That's the feeling I get. Like, for future black people that want to come into the neighborhood. I think that I read that she had been there for 3 years. I'm not sure about that though. Authority. Transfer. Yeah, we are the authority. You are not going to change the way that this. That kind of looks like the cop too. Anyways, one of the cops in the story, but you are not going to change what has always been. We are. It's almost like we are the rulers of this area, and you're not going to change the demographics. Alright, one more cut and then we'll start pulling. Material and spiritual prosperity. That was obstacles and challenges. So that was not the first problem that Tamla had experienced. There had been other problems. But she was determined and persistent to make it work. But they had tried to get the family to leave the area before this happened, but she had stayed. The feeling I get is there's a little bit of like denial and delusion on her part. I think like the feeling I get is like she was raised to accept everyone, and she kind of felt like everyone was like her, and it's not the truth. Patience and planning. Yeah, I feel like, let's do this. Yeah, like an emotional loss. Like there was something premeditated about this, her death. They planned to, I'm wondering if it went too far though. Like there was a plan to make her humiliated. But I'm not sure that death was in the cards, but it kind of went too far. Yeah, That makes me feel like it went too far. Spiritual union. Ooh. Memories of love. Rest and rejuvenate. It's gonna seem weird. She was dreaming about her husband when she was awoken. There's something about her marriage. I'm getting like an affair vibe right now. That maybe she was having an affair with someone that she shouldn't have been. The waiting game. Hope. Oh my goodness, there's something about like a husband. I'd have to dig into Tamla's past, but like there might have been a husband that she had been romantically linked to prior to her marriage. That one of these women were married to. Intuition. There's something here. Solitude. I think this is about one of the women's husband. It's like an attempt to stop a perceived romantic interaction from happening in the future. The feeling that I get from these cards is like it didn't actually happen, but it was a potential in someone's mind. Choose wisely. Yeah. It's like stay away from my husband. This feels like getting rid of the competition. So it's almost like it's solar plexus chakra. I can. It's like so I can have peace of mind. Oh my gosh. This is making me feel like this is not a group. This is not a group effort. It's a few select. Yeah. This was to keep her away from someone's husband. And the feeling I get is like it went too far. It's like I'm going to teach you to stay away from what belongs to me and mine. Yeah. Patience. So if I were the cops, I would be looking at, because a few people left the party early or throughout the night, and there was only a few select women left at the time it's believed that she passed away. Those are the suspects. And I believe this is women doing this. Disruption. Yeah, something happened that made this person suspicious. It's like it was already known that there had been something going on, but this was like far in the past. The feeling I'm getting is like, why did Tamla move to Cummings, Georgia? The feeling I get is that it has something, the person that did this believed that it had something to do with their significant other. There's like a when we were kids romance happening. Material and spiritual prosperity. The feeling I'm getting is like, I don't want to bash Tamla, but like, look at passion. There might be something to this. Yeah, this is about you're gonna stay away from my husband. Telling ya. Wisdom. It's like these cards make me feel like this person had watched over time, and the feeling I get is like Tamla and this person seem to be getting closer and closer together. Like this wasn't a jump the gun type of thing. This was like a brewing, simmering issue. So this doesn't even feel like a race thing to me. But it also could have a race element in it as well. Triumph. Yeah, like they woke her up from her sleep and she tried to run away. It's like they got her alone, and I feel like the thing was they really were all friends. Like to me there was like no outward aggression. And that's why they were able to get her alone like that. Like this person's friends group, close friend group, knew that there was an issue, but the outer, like, fringe part of the group didn't. This is also kind of giving me, like, there's a little bit of, like, stalker kind of vibes. See, look at trying to get the relationship to happen. Believing you, like, you're my soulmate kind of deal, and trying to get it to happen. There's something here about Tamla and one of these husbands, I think, having a romantic relationship in the past and then trying to rekindle that relationship or doing things to rekindle the relationship and then coming up with a plan to get you to stay away. I'm not feeling like this was a murder, and like it didn't start out as a murder, it got out of hand. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm learning what you're doing, I'm seeing what you're doing, and I'm upset about it. Like you'd have to, I think this is like a childhood issue. I keep feeling like a college or like high school. There's something about schooling and people knowing each other in the past. So I don't even know how you could even. I think the people that would know about this would be Tamla's family would know him. Also could be a her too. Someone's partner. It feels like a husband though. Her family knows him. And friends that have been her friends since she was young. Transformation. Yeah. She tried to run away and they stopped her. She tried to leave and they stopped her. Feels like several times. But they woke her. Like she went to bed feeling weird. But she still stayed. Like she could have called. She was married. She could have called her husband and said, "Come and get me." But she stayed and she went to sleep, feeling weird. They woke her up. She tried to run. And I think that's where the blunt force traumas are coming from. Like they started beating her. Universe. Wanting your advances to stop. Wanting a potential relationship to stop progressing. This is about romance. This is about. I just heard trying to keep my family together. Obstacles and challenges. This is like under the guise of racism. But the truth is, it's not even about race. It's about romance. This progressed over time. And once this person figured it out, started making problems for Tamla. So the feeling I get is like there were issues related to school with the kids. All the issues that the kids had at school were because of this person. So that would be a question for Tamla's husband. He would know. There's things that started happening at school. And I just heard on the field. And it was because of this person. I just heard people. It's more than one. Fulfillment of wishes. Yeah. They didn't let her go because they wanted to do what they wanted to do to her. There was no getting out of it. Shadow. There's something about an affair here. I just saw finding text messages. The thing is, this card made me feel like the person that Tamla was communicating with and had a relationship with when they were like kids doesn't know that it was their partner. It's a secret. Doesn't know for sure that their partner was involved in Tamla's death. The feeling I get is like whatever this person knew about their partner, they never voiced it to their partner. If that made sense. They kept what they knew a secret. Yeah. And just kind of like sat back and watched what happened. And like wanted to see if their partner was going to go with Tamla. And as time went by, it seemed that they were getting closer and closer. And you know what? Not only was she doing things to disrupt Tamla's life, she was also putting roadblocks with her partner's husband to prevent interactions with, trying to prevent interactions from occurring. You know, like, say, for instance, this is just an example, stopping the husband from coming to the football game because she knows that Tamla will be there. Or tying up his time, you know what I'm saying? Or trying to separate him from his mobile phone so she can look at it. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But she never said outright, like, I know what's going on. So her partner isn't for sure that she is involved. Or is it for sure, like, this is why? The feeling that I get is like the homeowner is not the one, but is friends with the one. That's what I feel like. Is involved, but isn't the one. It's like her close friend. Yeah, deception and envy. It's like trying to get her to leave and lying about it. I just saw her like really being nice to Tamla, and totally wearing a total mask, hiding what she knows, hiding her true feelings, hiding her true intentions. Material harvest. The feeling I get is like Tamla tried to give them money to get them to stop, and they wouldn't. They were not going to stop until they succeeded in getting their point across. The thing about Tamla is she felt like when she passed, she felt like she had lost a really good thing. She was very happy in her life. Like she was content. I feel like there's an issue with like wanting to have an affair but unwilling to actually leave her life. I just heard like it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Like what was going on was not as serious to her enough to be killed. Like she wasn't intending on stealing anyone's husband permanently. But that's the thing, like when you play with people's emotions, destiny. Yeah, discontent and boredom. Crown chakra, which is I know. Accelerated motion. I was just bored. I was just bored with my life. But I wasn't unhappy. I wasn't gonna leave my husband. I was just playing around. Foundation and achievements. Mental conflict. Yeah, it's like bored with my life. Suffering in silence. Moving on. This is making me feel like if there was a fear of that sentiment changing, like what if the husband wants to leave? What if you change your mind and you realize you want to move on? Yeah, like who did this was scared of losing their life, like the life they had created for themselves. Money issues. Recognition and reward. Recognizing that if you leave, I'll be screwed, right? It's like I won't be able to maintain the life that I have right now. Like the person that, I think this is the energy of the person that did this, was scared of losing their life that they had. Their house, everything. Wanting to feel better. Balance, etc. So that's why I did this, conflict and defeat. Because I wanted to feel better about my situation. I wanted to keep you away from my husband. I did this to maintain my life. But it got out of hand. I keep feeling like they forced her to drink. They forced her to drink. There's my death card. The feeling that I just got was like she may have, like the injuries that she had. There's a connection with the police, feeling like they're not going to get, like even if Tamla reported them, they weren't going to get in trouble. There's some kind of connection with the police. I'm wondering if she didn't die from the injuries, she died from the alcohol. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think she broke her neck. So that will kill you, right? I think she had a fracture to her spine. She had a broken wrist. Rejoice in celebration. Yeah, I just like, look, death card, rejoice in celebration. I think she may have actually died from the alcohol. Did they throw her off the balcony after she was dead? I think so. The feeling I get is she died from alcohol poisoning. Yeah, and then they came up with this. They wanted to scare her, and then she ended up dying. New beginning in the relationship. Once you're dead, now I can have my. But this, the Lover's card, this is also about a choice. So I don't think that there is a new beginning in the relationship, but I think this is about choice. You died from the drinking, so we had to come up with a new plan. I feel like her injuries that she sustained, the broken neck, I think they did beat her up, but I don't think it was that bad. The feeling I get is like those were post-mortem. I feel like the offending agent, alcohol. That's what caused her death, I believe. What? Fertility, prosperity begins, positive movement forward, emotional withdrawal. This made me feel like I tried to hang on for my kids, but I couldn't. I had to let go. The feeling I just got from these cards was that Tamla had some warning signs before, like during the party, that something was off, but she just ignored them. But it's like the message was like, I want my kids to know and my husband that I tried to fight it and I tried to stay, but I couldn't. There's something here about not feeling like a very good mother. And there's something here also about money. Money making her more distant from her kids. And she's sorry about that. And the feeling I get is that they don't even think that, but she left the earth feeling like that she hadn't been a good enough mother, and she wants to apologize. It's like the more money I made, the more money we had, the more disconnected that I felt, and she wants to apologize for that. She feels like if she had been a little bit more focused on her family, then this probably would not have happened, her death. But from all accounts, it seems like she was a wonderful mother, very devoted for her kids. But I suppose, you sometimes you just don't feel like you're doing enough. But that's her apology. Awareness, sacrifice, Yeah, she's tried to fight. Stand your ground. Because she wanted to stay, but it was too much. She felt they may not have intended to kill her, but she felt like once it started, she felt like that I'm gonna die today, and she tried to fight, but it was worthless. Not worthless. Yeah, worthless, and it was fate, I would say. Futile, that's the word I'm looking for. It was futile. Her fight was futile. Because I feel like, this makes me wrong to say, but I feel like in these moments, it's like sometimes it's just destiny. It's just going to happen. And I feel like that was what was going on that night. It's like the devil, negative energy, was like in control. It was a done deal. There were like, once that ball started rolling, it was like, it's done. There's no going back. This train is going, you know what I mean? And like death was imminent, and it was going to happen. Temptation, root chakra, light. I feel like she called them the devil. Movement, choices, decisions. Because the feeling I get is like, while she was there and they had her like confined, not like tied up, but she couldn't move from like her seat. She could see the evil. And I feel like she spoke that in the moment. It was like she was calling out the devil. That's what. Yeah, see, she was confined. Like to her spot. They wouldn't let her. And I feel like they forced her to drink. The feeling I just got was like, you know how they haze people in the fraternities? It was kind of like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if these women were in sororities. Because that's what it kind of felt like. And it was easy for them to like switch into that mode. So the feeling I get is like, these women were in sororities in the past. Because it was easy for them to start like hazing her, torturing her. It was an easy switch. So yeah. Heart chakra. Yeah. I might as well just go to the end. I've been doing that lately, just going through the whole deck. I usually don't because the readings are so long. But hey, what's up? We'll go for it. Yeah, she was so scared because she really liked these women and respected them. And they turned on her. But I mean, when you start messing around with people's husbands, sacral chakras, I want power in this situation. Absolutely. That's what it was about. I want to be in control of this. And that was the way for this person to get it. I want power. I have power. And I was successful. Yes. This person got what they wanted, but I don't think in the way, like, I think that this person's partner was looking at them with a side eye. Not quite sure, but definitely suspects. And it might just lead to the downfall. They might just get what they were trying to avoid. Imagine living with someone you think killed someone you cared about or had feelings for. It's hard to live with. Third eye chakra. I saw the truth. Passion ignited. There was like a reckoning, not like a reckoning, realization. Like as she was dying, she saw people for who they truly were. For the very first time, and it was too late. But I don't think that's maybe in her mind, but she was along the way getting little hints, little comments, certain looks, problems with her kids. Would she work? Problems like in the home that she ignored. But it feels like at the moment, it's like I got to see what the truth was all along in my life, in my situation. Everything was revealed. But anyways, I'm going to stop here because I have no more cards. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time.